this eagerness or this feeling of like fast-paced energy with the Spirit of Swords versus the Knight of Swords. It's showing the King of Swords. The King of Swords can be very calculated, very hurtful, very like manipulative in some way to where they turn cold. Um, and things may happen very quickly with this energy. The Hierophant is saying that this is an energy that can come off very out of alignment, not very like not having the same values or not really being as spiritual or maybe seeing things in different perspectives, but how someone handles situations with the King of Swords, it does show that this is very can be very cruel. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling defeated, maybe even feeling a bit manipulated by this person. Yeah, it feels like with this judgment card, there is like some type of like rude awakening happening in this person's energy. But yeah, even the challenge is showing like some emotional like detachment coming from somebody here. Um, Someone that's showing distance, someone that is showing emotionally immaturity, or even a sense of somebody that is even being a bit manipulative here. Okay. And this person's mind, they're very curious. They're very curious, and their actions towards you is the Queen of Cups. So it does show like they're wanting to message you. They're having some type of wake up call. But the challenge is that they're not being real with their emotions or how they're feeling. But we do have the King and Queen here. We also have the Nine of Wands. This is like feeling like you're being pushed to move forward. Like, okay, there's another obstacle here. We also have the Eight of Wands, and then things start moving pretty quickly. So I feel like the theme of this reading is the Two of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor. There is some type of crossroads here when it comes to abundance or independence, but we also have the Emperor. The Emperor is more of a leader type of energy. This is an energy that is very serious and decisive. They don't have outside influence, or they don't even need outside validation to make their choices or to feel a certain way about themselves. Nothing can really change the Emperor's mind at all. They're very direct, they're very grown, and they have a lot of experience, and they are very truthful and honest. So that is the theme here. Now let's get the Five of Swords as to why you may be feeling like this. Yeah, it feels like there's some defeat when it comes to a connection. There's like a want of something to succeed, but there's like a struggle in keeping something together. We also have this person kind of coming in kind of foolish and reckless with their when they communicate or listen. There's also a sense of them feeling rejected or uninspired. Feels like somebody here is stuck in their old ways with the Six of Cups. It's hard to release the past. It's hard to surrender something from the past. It could be their emotions, how they behave, how they can't seem to release certain behaviors that they are causing that stems from the past. So it's like trying to, like they still have, like they still can't really, how do I say it? They can't really like learn to regulate their emotions here, and they're repeating things that they've done to past connections or past people, and they're still having a hard time surrendering that. Okay, we have the Death. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance to change when it comes to this person when investing. It's really difficult. The Hierophant once again is showing some type of uncommittal energy, something here where there's a lot of stagnant coming for them. There's a lack of motivation. There's a lack of inspiration. There's a lack of a lot coming from this due to resisting to change and not letting go to be able to transform, to be able to have that drive within them or have a different outlook. Like there's something really lacking in this energy. Nine of Swords. Okay. There's delays. There's a lot of setbacks here coming in their energy when it comes to investing. I feel like they know that they need to invest in you. And there needs to be some truth and honesty for this connection. I feel like somebody's actions towards you is like, even though they're feeling that they need to invest, be honest, and do the right thing for something to work. Like they can't be indecisive and juggle anymore. It feels like there are like releasing certain things. Yeah, see now they're coming up as the King of Swords, their actions towards you. There's a lot of self-doubt when it comes to putting in the effort due to like the Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands, it's really interesting to see the Queen of Wands because this is when you see the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is kind of like a very jealous energy. Okay, this how do I explain it? The Queen of Wands is super inspiring. The Queen of Wands is somebody that is really secure within themselves and courageous, and they're joyful, and they make a lot of people like very inspired by them. But I'm seeing that this person's weakness is that they're a bit selfish. They're a lot insecure and can be very jealous. It's showing a very temperamental energy, and it's like they have to like take a step back, because I do see is that somebody here wants to overcome this, and now they're coming up as the King of Swords upright, which is showing that they want to communicate, they want to be direct, they want to be truthful, and this is how it is to move forward with them. And then we have positive change coming in the outcome. So there's a very big turning point and lots of healing. So, Leo, I don't know who you're dealing with, but it just seems like there is a lot of the past that needs to be worked through. A lot of lack of motivation, a lot of things here. We do have this Two of Pentacles energy too. It seems like somebody just wants to be honest, be direct and truthful, and make a decision in the near future. And what leads to this is a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of love and positive change and moving forward. Okay, so I am seeing wanting to collaborate, wanting to work on this, wanting to, see things differently, but at the same time, there needs to let go of there's somebody here who really needs to let go of their old parts of them and let them die, because it's like it's like coming into the connection to where it's like things have to change for things to be more fulfilling and move forward and progress. This is for some of you guys. Again, maybe some of you guys are like, no, I don't want to talk to this person anymore. This is how it's always been, or however. But if you are like in a connection in some way, or you are trying to work on it with this person, it seems like there may be a communication blockage. What's your trigger here? You have turned everything and everyone against me as I'm the bad guy in the picture. And that's what the King of Swords can do. They can try to make you look like the bad guy. They do a lot of shift blaming, a lot of gaslighting, because they're triggered and they feel, and they're operating from like their past energy. Okay. Then it says illusions. I was living under the illusion that this was going to be perfect and let myself down. So maybe this can be like somebody trying to, I feel whatever this is, there's a turning point. Something here is out of your control, but something in the near future has a very direct approach, and it's very truthful and honest, and there's a decision being made, and that decision leads to change, which things start moving again, and more emotionally, like it needs more empathetic in the connection. It needs to be a more emotional like connection, a deeper connection here to understand for things to move forward and to heal with the star. Okay, so I am seeing that for some of you guys. Again, this is actually like tarot is here to help guide you about what the challenges are. If you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. Okay, but this is where it's leading, and it looks like a very positive outcome for a lot of you guys. Our story isn't over yet. I still have growing to do. Yeah, everybody has growing to do, but it's just like, it's always like a choice. Do you want to work on it? Please forgive me. You are the person of my dreams. Yeah. This is a very difficult situation. Everybody's going to have challenges and connections. People separate, people get back together. There's still a lot of growing to do with a lot of people. We all are learning. Sometimes relationships can bring out a lot of triggers. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. And that is the King of Swords, what you had to do. You were dealing with somebody who very angry, very upset, confused, and our story isn't over yet. I need you. But the only thing is that there's this codependency due to their lack in some way, but they need to do this on their own, whatever it may be that you feel they're codependent on, because they still have growing to do. The damage has already been done. I don't know how to pick up the pieces. Please forgive me. I keep being drawn back to you, and I can't quite explain why. Yeah, because you're authentic. You're real. You're truthful in your energy. And it's like, if you're over here grounding yourself, doing everything that you could, and this person gets triggered by certain things, it's going to be very hard to work on situations. So it is showing a gift. This person has a lot of growing up to do. They do, and it's your choice if you want to continue this or not. It's not easy to just let somebody go, but sometimes a break or a separation can occur to make somebody realize, like, I need to figure out what I want, We can't really force it, but from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of positive change coming through. Okay, let's get the silent heart, and then we'll grab some advice from Spirit. We'll get some angel messages. I wish you knew how grateful I am to have met you. Maybe there's some silent treatment going on. You guys aren't talking at this moment, but I do see like somebody wanting to talk in the near future. Okay, there is an honest, like direct communication and a decision that is being made, and it's very truthful. Like real talk here. King of Swords does not mess around either. The King of Swords is like being very honest. And it's like kind of like a final decision. Yeah, you've been given a sign, signs and synchronicities, endings, change is coming. All right, I like this, and I feel like it's positive change. Let go of force. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, don't skip steps. You can't. Spirit is saying you cannot control people, how they feel. Sometimes you gotta just take a step back and let people feel what they have to feel. Say what your boundaries are, say how you feel, and kind of just step away and let people deal with it how they have to deal with it. Because it is showing that this is complete, like this change is something's fate here. There's like something destined here. Okay? So don't skip steps. And change is coming. So that is clarifying. Endings are here. And change is coming. Let go of force. Magic and manifestation. And you've been given a sign. And don't skip steps. Like, the universe is trying to help you with this situation. Expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. This is beautiful energy. We do have a lot of healing from the tower. A lot of stuff that has happened with this tower that really hurt, and then there's blessings that come from this tower. Okay, it could be due to the Page of Cups, somebody's emotional immaturity, not following through. Page of Cups is very immature when it's in the reverse, and it's like you having to be direct and be like, it's a lot of disappointment that comes with the Page of Cups in the reverse. And it feels like the Queen of Swords sometimes has to come out and say their truth when somebody's acting a certain way, and then all of a sudden you see this King of Swords coming in. And that's where you're like, okay, well, I'm not, I'm just going to ground myself. Even though I'm eager and I want to know things, I have to ground myself. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. I hope this message